Good evening and welcome to the Vagabond Expedition Workbench. If you watched the last video that I posted on mountain biking, you'll notice that we had a FeiyuTech gimbal. Decided to go into a little bit of a spasm while I was mountain biking, and this one's the 2-axis gimbal. Stabilizes this way, up and down, and this way, up and down. So what happened the last time is I might have brushed it, or who knows what happened, but it just started spinning this way, around and around and around, and it's not made for that. It has some built-in stops here and here. This thing just spun 360 degrees rapidly, and if you catch that last video, you'll see it doing that in action. So FeiyuTech reached out to them, see about repair. They want me to ship it to China. They'll look at it, diagnose it, possibly give me a charge depending on what they think happened to it, and send it back. I don't want to wait that long, so let's crack into this thing and have a quick look. First thing you'll need is your little Allen wrench that came with your FeiyuTech gimbal for adjusting or removing and resetting the mounting points on here. Keep that handy. Take your camera off. These 2 thumb screws. Honestly, you probably don't even need to take the camera off, but let's do that. Camera is off. Of course, take the batteries out. We don't want to accidentally turn it on and possibly make things worse while we're playing around here. So the batteries are out. There we go. Since it was this component that was going haywire, we're going to open it up with these 3 screws right here, and we'll see what's going on in there. So like I said, same Allen key that comes with it for moving the mounting piece. You can just pop that in there. These are easy to unscrew. Pull them out, set them aside. There's 3 of those. 2. Number 3. A couple more screws on the back here. Those don't need to come out. There's a couple screws in here. Those don't need to come out. Just these 3 on the back where your FeiyuTech logo is. Just gently pull, and I'll be honest here at this point is I've already had this open, already done the repair and put it back together. So what happened when I first did this, gently pulled apart and the whole thing separated in my hand. What's going on in here hopefully the camera will continue to focus for us, is we've got 3 pins up here, and those mate with a plug here. That was all fine. Those pull apart gently when you're separating it. But what caused the whole thing to come separate when I first opened it was this white plug in here. Let me get you close to the camera with that focus. This white plug in here had actually come loose at some point during my mountain biking, pulled apart, and caused the stepper motor in that axis of the gimbal to go haywire. Put it back together, everything was all good, and it tests fine now. So in this case, to repair your gimbal, if it's doing the same thing, once you've opened it, you'll find this piece here is separated from here. FeiyuTech, when they put the thing together, they put a little dab of glue on there. That little dab of glue had separated or didn't adhere and had broken. Things had just come loose during riding, and it fell out. Plug it back in and all good. So now let's solve that problem. Take some glue, I use this amazing goop stuff for a variety of things. So I'm just going to re-glue that end. Okay, I don't feel like getting my fingers covered in glue, so I just got a little plastic disposable knife. Just take a little dab. And I'm just going to put it in there. On top of that connector piece. So we get that dab of glue in there on that. That'll harden up in a few hours, but we can put this back together, making sure those 4 wires that are in there, you got a yellow, red, white, and blue. Let's focus again. So we'll make sure those aren't pinched, and then we put these 3 back in here. Hold it with your fingers, and we'll put the screws back in. Just gently snug, you don't need to crank on those and break any threading or anything like that, so just gently. If you've got some Loctite handy, you may even want to put like a tiny dab of Loctite on each of those. Okay. We'll set our camera in here. I'm not sure if I've got it right ways up or down right at the moment, but that's an easy solve later on. Most gimbals don't want you turning them on unless you've got the camera in there. They're designed for that weight to find that balance point. So always have your camera in there when you go to turn it on. So I better close the cap of the glue, otherwise it's going in the garbage. Okay, camera's mounted. Let's pop these batteries in. Now the moment of truth. Hold your power button to turn it on. Blue light in there, it's on. Test it out, up and down, left and right. Everything is holding nice and steady. Camera is upside down, so what you could do is flip your camera, or just change your settings on your GoPro to say it's upside down and everything's all good, or do it in post-production as well. Other than that, nice quick 5-minute fix of the FeiyuTech gimbal. This one here is the 2-axis gimbal. Same situation applies if you've got a 3-axis and it's doing something a little strange. Just pop the piece apart on the axis that's malfunctioning. Probably just a simple fix like a couple of wires. Saves you several weeks of waiting for a replacement, possible expense of a repair. There you have it.